Mountain News, first at 4, continues.
Emergency medical personnel shortages are continuing to grow with the pandemic. Harlan County officials have brought attention to this shortage in hopes of fixing it. WYMT's Jade Saylor spoke with local officials about a plan to boost enrollment at one college.
Like many industries, healthcare has seen shortages across many positions get worse throughout the pandemic.
But what we've seen is what we're running into. It's unfortunately it's a national issue. COVID-19 has definitely highlighted it.
The problem includes staffing for emergency positions.
We hear from citizens. We've heard from the ambulance service. We've met with them multiple times about issues that they've had staffing ambulances.
Southeast Kentucky Community and Technical College is implementing a new EMT training program in hopes of boosting enrollment.
The EMT program, you will earn a certificate and 6 college credit hours. Right now we're recruiting for it.
The program will be free to those interested through scholarships, financial aid, and community partners pitching in. In Harlan, Jade Saylor, WYMT Mountain News.
The class will be offered on the Whitesburg, Harlan, and Middlesboro campuses. Pike County was rocked with storms and subsequent flooding to kick off 2022, and one area saw severe damage to an ongoing bridge project. District 12 of the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet was working on a project on Kentucky Route 199 in McAndrews. The project also involved a detour road and a nearby county road that were connected to keep travelers off the bridge, which was under construction. Floodwaters rose over the detour route as well as the newly constructed bridge and caused major damage, breaking off a nearly 20 feet long section of the detour, spreading mud and debris throughout the area and washing out much of the nearby county road.
We were going to remove as much debris as possible and get to, do the work as the weather permits. What we'd like to see is, if maybe the creek levels would drop a little bit, it'd help us some. But we're going to do the cleanup and we're going to shore up underneath the roadways.
Walters said the flooding has been a major setback for the project and it will take approximately an extra 2 to 3 weeks. We'll have more from KYTC District 12 as well as the project's foreman coming up tonight at 6.
Today and tomorrow, days to get some road work done before perhaps another wintry mess tries to move into the mountains. It's actually a pretty nice day out there today, though. I-75 at London, you see those shadows getting longer as we get closer and closer to sunset out there, but not a cloud in sight. Nothing but blue sky out there this afternoon. Same thing from our studios here in Hazard. Out front of WYMT, nothing but sunshine bathing the city right now. Temperatures low to mid 40s out there, so right about or just above where we should be for this time of year. So all in all, not too bad of a day. Wind's not too crazy out there, so rather comfortable. It's a clean sweep on pinpoint Doppler. All of our radars not detecting a thing. And in fact, you got to go up towards the Kentucky River Valley up in northern Kentucky to even run into any of those long-term flood warnings. So as we head into tonight, though, we'll see those southwest winds start to kick up just a little bit more, with those temperatures in the low to mid 30s overnight with clouds on the way back in. I'll have the details on that potential for more wintry weather coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Icy roads were still causing problems in Virginia today. Senator Tim Kaine tweeted this photo Tuesday morning after being stuck in traffic for more than 19 hours. Kaine said he started his normal 2-hour commute to Washington, D.C. around 1 p.m. Monday. By 8:30 Tuesday morning, he was still nowhere near the Capitol. Kaine said his office is in touch with the Virginia Department of Transportation to figure out how to help others in the same situation. Washington's NFL team says it will unveil its new name on February 2nd. Team President Jason Wright confirmed that the name will not be the Wolves or Red Wolves, citing trademark challenges. Commanders, Defenders, Red Hogs, Armada, Sentinels, Admirals, Presidents, Brigade, and the status quo Washington football team were among the other finalists. The helmets and uniforms will still feature the franchise's signature burgundy and gold colors. A jury has convicted the founder of a failed blood testing company after a nearly 4-month trial. Elizabeth Holmes told investors her startup, Theranos, could find abnormalities in tiny blood samples. She was found guilty of 4 counts of fraud and conspiracy. CBS's Anna Werner reports.
Plan to appeal?
A stoic Elizabeth Holmes held the hands of her mother and husband as she left the San Jose federal courthouse Monday afternoon, moments after the verdicts were read.
She did not seem to react at all.
Reporter Emily Saul has been covering the trial for the podcast Bad Blood, the final chapter.
She just continued to sit, impeccably straight and listen. Other than that, there was no obvious reaction to the verdict itself. After they left, she, exchanged hugs with her family.
Holmes had been considered a visionary who could change the biotech industry with technology she claimed could test for hundreds of health problems with just a few drops of blood. She left Stanford University at 19 to found her company Theranos in 2003. In 2015, she spoke with Nora O'Donnell for CBS Mornings.
It sounds genius, but what about those who say that's not enough blood to do all the tests that need to be done, especially if someone's very sick and you're trying to figure out what it is?
Every time you create something new, there should be questions. And to me, that's a sign that you've actually done something that is transformative.
She was indicted in 2018. Although she was found not guilty on 4 charges involving bogus test results for patients and the jury deadlocked on 3 additional counts, they did find she bilked investors out of their money using false claims about the tech that Theranos had developed. Former prosecutor Michelle Hagan says Holmes likely sealed her own fate with investor calls played for the jury.
One of the investors recorded the investment call where she made these statements which turned out to be false. So I think her own words incriminated her.
Each count comes with a potential sentence of up to 20 years. Holmes, of course, can appeal. But the Theranos legal drama is not over. Next up is Sunny Balwani, the former COO of the company. His own trial is expected to begin in February. Anna Werner, CBS News, San Francisco.
The $10 billion James Webb Space Telescope is approaching its final orbit, which is about 1 million miles away from Earth. It takes just under a month for it to deploy and reach its final orbit, a period of time that NASA calls 29 days on edge. The telescope just entered the riskiest part of that journey. On Monday, ground controllers began tensioning and tightening the first layer of the telescope's tennis court-sized sun shield. The shield will protect the telescope from the sun's high temperatures. If the mission continues successfully, the telescope should be sending back its first images in about 6 months. A dinosaur left footprints on a Welsh beach, and they are still there 200 million years later. Scientists in the UK found the tracks in 2020. London's Natural History Museum says they date back to the Triassic period and are thought to be made by a sauropod or one of their relatives. Using these footprints, scientists can determine how this dinosaur walked. The museum says the tracks will remain on the beach until they are worn away by the tide. Fans of the late Betty White are organizing on social media to pay tribute to the actress. They are asking everyone to donate $5 to an animal shelter or rescue of their choice in her name. It's called the Betty White Challenge, and it calls for donations to be made January 17th. That would have been White's 100th birthday. The beloved actress was well known for her love of animals. She worked with zoos, advocated for animals, and had many pets of her own. White died on December 31st at 99 years old. Coming up on First at 4, some people like their coffee black, others with milk and sugar, but how about wearing it on your feet?
And we're staying a little mild for now. We've got some big changes on the way for the forecast, though, late in the week, and I'll have those details.